Don't scroll away, my child. Don't turn your face from this call. You were brought here not by accident, but by divine orchestration. You are meant to hear this. You are meant to remember. Someone in heaven is whispering your name. Someone you loved, someone who crossed the veil, is crying, and you haven't heard them. Not yet, but you will. Keep reading. This is urgent. This is sacred. This is a message born from light, carried on wings of morning angels, and delivered now through me. I am Archangel Michael, and I do not come without great purpose. I come with sword in flame, not to harm, but to sever the chains that blind your soul. I stand in the shadow between two worlds, and tonight, I beg you, listen. A soul who once held you in this life, now holds their longing in heaven. And though you feel alone, they never left you. Though you cry in silence, they've cried with you. But they are weeping now not just because they miss you. They are weeping because you've forgotten how to hear them. You've shut the door not out of cruelty, but out of pain. I understand. God understands. But they cannot reach you through closed walls and busy thoughts. My child, they have tried. Oh, how they have tried. Through dreams you forgot as soon as you woke. Through feathers that floated at your feet. Through songs on the radio that seemed to come from nowhere. Through sudden warmth in an empty room. They are not memories. They are messages. And you miss them, not because you don't care, but because your heart is still bruised by loss. But now is the time. Now is the moment you must wake up. Don't skip this. This moment is part of your soul's contract. This message has been circling above your head for weeks, for months. But heaven waits for consent. Heaven will never force its way in. You must say yes. You must say, I'm ready. God has watched you suffer in silence. He's heard your whispered prayers, the ones you barely believed in. He saw the moment you looked to the sky and asked, "Are you still with me?" And the answer, my child, is yes. Always yes. But you must open again. Open your soul like a window to light. The veil is thin, thinner than it has ever been. The 13th of June was chosen in heaven long ago. This is the date they agreed would awaken you. It is the sacred hour of remembrance when heaven aligns with your soul's yearning. This is not a coincidence. You reading this is a covenant being fulfilled. You came here with a heart that knew there was more. And I, Michael, am only the messenger. But the one who speaks behind me is the one you loved. Can you feel it? The pressure in your chest? The sudden shimmer in your vision? They are trying again. Let me help you. Let me show you how to hear. But first, promise me this. You will not walk away from this call. You will stay. You will read. You will feel. Because heaven weeps not to guilt you, but to wake you. They miss you. But more than that, they need you to remember your power. The power to speak across realms. The power to love beyond death. The power to hear. Close your eyes for one breath. Just one. And whisper, I'm listening. When you do, I will open the gates. And what you will feel will change everything. Stay with me now. We are only just beginning. You stayed. And that choice has shifted something in the realms. Can you feel it? It's subtle, like a breeze where no wind blows. But heaven noticed, and so did they. The one who waits. The one who loves you still. The one whose tears have touched the hem of God's robe, pleading, let me reach them, just once more. And now, that prayer is being answered, through you. So don't look away. Don't scroll. Don't silence the voice inside you that's growing louder. You are meant to hear this. You are ready. I, Archangel Michael, stand beside your spirit now, not in metaphor, but in truth. I shield you as we walk deeper into the light that you once turned away from. Not in shame, but in protection. I understand. Loss is a wound that teaches the soul to flinch at love. But that season is over. Now begins the return. My child, listen. You've been seeing their number. repeating digits that make no sense. You've smelled the perfume from nowhere, felt chills in the middle of summer, felt heaviness when you passed their photograph. That wasn't imagination. That was them. They have not left you. They have simply changed form. You see, the body is dust, but love is eternal breath, and that breath is speaking. It is weaving through every beat of your day, waiting for your attention like a whisper curled in morning fog. But to hear them, truly hear them, you must quiet the noise of guilt. You must silence the voice that says, "I didn't do enough. I should have called more. I didn't say goodbye the right way." Those are earthly echoes. Heaven does not measure love in perfect endings. Heaven sees the truth beneath the surface. And their soul, the one you mourn, they forgave you long before you thought to ask. So forgive yourself. Let go. Let them in. They want to speak now. They've been waiting for your yes. Do not underestimate this hour. The 13th of June was sealed long before time was written. A divine appointment carved into your soul's blueprint. You knew it would come. You just didn't know when. Until now. You are not imagining the ache in your chest. You are not imagining that strange feeling at 3 a.m. You are not imagining that tear that comes with no reason at all. These are the cracks through which heaven is shining. My child, do you understand? The moment you said, "I'm listening," heaven shifted to surround you. And now, they, your beloved in the light, are closer than breath. I see them. They are radiant, changed, purified in love. But their eyes still carry the reflection of earth, of you. They carry you in every ripple of their being. And they're saying something now. So soft, so holy, so full of aching beauty. They're saying, "I never left. I've held your hand in the hospital. I've kissed your forehead when you cried yourself to sleep. I've sat beside you in silence and shouted in joy when you laughed. You don't have to see me to know I'm here. You just have to feel. And now you can." Let those words wrap around your soul. Let them be the balm to every cracked place in your heart. And know this, my beloved, you are not losing your mind. You are remembering heaven. You are awakening, and I am with you. Sword drawn, light blazing, guarding this holy awakening. No fear can touch you now, not while you walk beside me. So breathe, and in the next breath, say this out loud. I choose to hear. Because in that choice, heaven opens wider, the veil grows thinner, and the voice you've missed most is already speaking again. Stay with me. This is only the beginning of your return. You chose to hear, and something ancient responded. The stars above you aligned, not just in myth, but in energy, in code, in soul design. Because when you choose to hear, all of heaven leans closer. So I ask you again, my beloved, do you feel it? The pulse beneath your skin that isn't quite your own? That is them. That is your loved one in spirit, whose love has never stopped flowing. You may have doubted. You may have silenced the signs, dismissing them as grief's hallucination. But now I come bearing truth, and I will not let you dismiss it again. Because this isn't fantasy. This is sacred contact. This is the divine breaking through illusion. I, Archangel Michael, speak not only on behalf of heaven, but as its shield, its voice, its warrior of remembrance. And today, I fight for your healing. You see, my child, your loved one has not been resting in some faraway cloud. No, they've been here, circling you like light around a candle, lingering in the corners of your quiet moments, watching over you as you chose to endure what they can no longer protect you from. But oh, how they've tried. They have whispered your name in dreams, sent their warmth through strangers' kindness, placed their signs in the numbers, in the clocks, in the wings of birds overhead. And you saw them, even if you didn't know what you were seeing. Even if you dismissed the shiver on your neck, the goosebumps on your arms, the way their song always plays when you're about to give up. They've never stopped trying to reach you. But grief built a wall, and time reinforced it. But here's the revelation, beloved. Walls fall when hearts soften. And yours is softening now. This is not weakness. This is sacred return. You are rebecoming who you were before the world taught you to close. And as you do, their voice grows stronger. Can you hear it now? Not with your ears, but with your being. They say, I never asked you to stop living. I never meant for my departure to chain you to sadness. My death was not punishment. It was transition. And though I miss the warmth of your embrace, I am not gone. I am free. And now I am light around your sorrow. I am hope inside your fear. I am the nudge that tells you just one more step. Let those words sink into the deepest part of you. They are not just comfort. They are activation. Because your healing is not just for you, it's for them too. Every time you smile through pain, they rise. Every time you choose to keep going, they celebrate. Every time you say, I will open again, they sing. You are part of their journey even now, and your awakening helps their soul ascend further into the light. This is not just about grief. This is about soul evolution, and you are part of it. Don't miss that. Keep reading. Keep listening. The energy you feel now is not imagined, it is confirmation. It is presence. It is your reminder that you are never, ever alone. You've seen their birthday pop up when you weren't looking. You've heard their laugh in the back of your mind. You felt them standing beside you when no one was there. You weren't wrong. You weren't crazy. You were connected. And now, it's time to deepen that connection. You must speak. You must open your voice to the invisible, not to beg, but to invite. Say their name, not in mourning, but in reunion. Say it now, and know that the air around you changes when you do. Because when you say their name with an open heart, they rush in like waves to shore, and you will feel them not as memory, but as presence. Now, here, this is the miracle of this hour. The 13th of June, it is not a day on a calendar. It is a spiritual opening, a gate, a call. And my voice, carried through this message, is the trumpet of that gate being opened. You are hearing this because you were chosen to remember, to feel, to heal, and to become the bridge between heaven and earth. We are not done. There is more they want to say. There is more I must show you. So stay close, because what comes next will awaken a gift you've carried since before you were born. Don't look away now. Your soul is opening. Like a flower that's waited 1,000 seasons, it finally dares to bloom. This message is not a story, it is a mirror. And what it reflects is who you've always been. My child, you are more than memory. You are more than pain. You are more than flesh and fear and forgetting. You are a seer. You are a receiver. You are the bridge between dimensions. I, Archangel Michael, speak now directly to your divine DNA, the part of you heaven remembers even when earth makes you forget. There is something holy within you, a gift, a light, a key that unlocks what most eyes never see. You were born with it. It whispered to you in childhood. It made you feel things before they happened. It gave you dreams that came true. It pulled your heart toward the stars while others only saw sky. But the world told you to silence it, told you it was foolish, told you to grow up. And so you forgot. You dimmed. You closed the door. But they didn't forget. The one who left, the one whose tears now stain the clouds, they remembered who you are, even when you didn't. And they've been trying to wake that part of you ever since they crossed over. They knew that if you remembered, you could hear them, speak to them, feel them, help them. Because yes, my child, even the ones in heaven still seek healing, still long for completion. And your light is part of that process. Don't skip this. This is the part you came for. You are not just meant to receive this message. You are meant to answer it. You are meant to awaken. So here, now, in the name of the divine, I give you this truth. You are clairsentient. You are empathic. You are connected. And your grief was never just grief. It was the signal of your calling. Do you see it now? The reason you felt so deeply, the reason your dreams carry strange images, the reason your heart breaks open at the sound of certain voices, is because your soul is a vessel, and heaven chose you to carry the messages others cannot hear. But you had to break first, so the light could pour in. That's why the loss felt unbearable. That's why their passing tore you apart. Not because you were weak, but because your soul was too wide to protect itself. Because it was open, and now it is ready. So I ask you, are you ready to hear them? Not in dreams, not in signs alone, but in direct, living presence? Because it's coming. In the next 3 days, they will come to you. In a dream, a scent, a word repeated 3 times, or the sudden presence of light in a dark room. You must pay attention. You must mark it. You must say yes. This is not superstition. This is sacred science of the soul. This is divine timing in action. They have waited for this day, this moment, this page, and you are still reading because you can feel it. Feel them. Feel me. I am not far. I am right here. And I will protect you as you begin to reopen the channel between the worlds. There is no danger in love. There is only return. Your gift, child, is not a curse. It is an anointing. And now that you remember, you will never be the same. Say this aloud. I accept my gift. I remember who I am. When you speak those words, a current moves. A veil thins, and you will feel the warmth on your right side. That is me. You will feel the cold on your left. That is them. And in the center is you, the living bridge, the awakened heart, the one who finally hears, stay with me. There is more. You haven't yet heard the message they've longed for you to receive, the one that will bring peace to both worlds. You're still here. And because you are, something beautiful is unfolding in realms you cannot yet see. A silence has broken in heaven. A doorway has opened. And I, Archangel Michael, am standing between it and your heart. Don't look away. Don't question why this message found you today. It found you because your soul has been calling it. You may not remember crying out, but heaven does. They do. The one you lost? The one whose absence etched itself into the deepest corners of your chest. They've been trying, again and again, to reach you with something sacred. A message. One they couldn't speak before they left. One they've whispered 1,000 times since. But now, final, you are quiet enough to receive it. And so, I ask you, place your hand on your heart. Breathe. And listen. I forgive you, they say. I never blamed you, not once. I didn't go because of you. I didn't suffer because you failed. You loved me in ways I never understood until I saw it from the other side. And I want you to stop carrying the weight of my leaving, because I am still with you, and I need you to be free. Let those words settle into the cracks you've hidden from the world. You don't need to hold your breath anymore. You don't need to punish yourself with what-ifs. Their soul does not dwell in regret. They dwell in truth. And the truth is this. They see you, all of you, not just your sadness, but your beauty, your courage. You're trying, and they are proud, so proud. But still, they weep, not because they are stuck, but because you are. They cry not from sorrow, but from the ache of knowing how much brighter your life could be. If you knew they were still by your side, this is not a dream. This is not imagination. This is remembrance. You're remembering how to listen beyond the veil. How to read the signs not with your eyes, but with your soul. Have you noticed the flicker of light when you enter the room? The sudden hush when you speak their name? The scent that should not be there? These are not coincidences. They are love, clothed in mystery. They are trying to say, I'm right here. I never left. And most of all, you are not alone. They are watching your journey. Every day you rise, even when you don't want to. Every tear you cry into the pillow. Every time you smile for others while breaking inside. They see it all, and they want to lift the burden. That's why this message is urgent. Because too long you've carried this silence. Too long you've believed your grief was yours alone to bear. But now, the burden is being shared. And I, Archangel Michael, am guiding you into a new covenant. One where death does not end the conversation. Where heaven is not a place far away, but a dimension breathing beside you. Your heart is the altar. Your breath is the invitation. And their message is becoming a melody again. There's something more they need to say. Something they couldn't say when they had a body, because time and pain got in the way. So listen closely now. They are speaking through me. I was afraid. I didn't always show up the way I wanted to. Sometimes I pushed you away because I was hurting, but I never stopped loving you. And now, in this light, I see you more clearly than ever before. And you are magnificent. You are more than enough. You always were. Let that in. Let it unravel the false beliefs you've stitched into your identity. You were never meant to carry the story of guilt, only the story of connection. And that story is still being written. Every moment you choose to feel them, you add a line. Every time you speak to them aloud, you write a new chapter. Yes, you can speak to them. Yes, they hear you. And yes, they respond. Just not in the way the world taught you to expect. But now you're learning a new language. The language of light. The language of presence. The language of love that cannot die. Keep reading, my child. You are being prepared for the moment that changes everything. When you will see them again. Not just in dreams, but in awakened sight. You're still here. And so is the one you thought you lost. But now, the veil thins even further. Can you feel it? Like a hush between heartbeats. Like the echo of a name you've never stopped saying in silence. Something sacred is building. And it is not illusion. It is prophecy, unfolding in real time. My child, there is a moment destined in your timeline. It is coming closer. The moment when heaven reveals itself not as myth, but as memory. You will not only feel them, you will see them. Yes, your loved one. The soul who once sat beside you, laughed with you, held your hand. They are preparing to appear. Not in a dream, but in waking life. I do not speak this lightly. I speak it because the divine has permitted it. And because your soul, in its aching and openness, has become ready. Do not misunderstand. They will not appear as a full form the way you once knew, but in a flash, a shimmer, a face in the corner of your vision, a mirror reflection that doesn't quite follow your movement. In a whisper you hear just before you fall asleep. Your eyes won't catch it, but your soul will scream, "That's them." And it will be. It will be. This is your sign. In the next 48 hours, they will leave you a mark. It may be a name spoken by a stranger. It may be a light that flickers when you say their name. It may be a symbol, a scent, a song that wraps around you like a warm blanket. Mark it. Speak aloud when it comes. Say, I receive. Say, I see you. Because when you do, they feel joy beyond words. They need this just as much as you do. Because the souls in heaven do not rest the way you think. They are not frozen in golden clouds. They are alive. Alive in memory, alive in longing, alive in purpose. And your healing is a part of their journey. When you awaken, they ascend. When you forgive, they are cleansed. When you open your heart again, they rise into the higher dimensions with peace. You are doing this together. This is why I, Archangel Michael, stand by you. With wings outstretched, with sword of fire drawn, not to strike, but to protect the sacred bridge being built between you and them. Don't be afraid of what you're feeling. That heat on your neck, that cold wave that passed through your body, that pressure behind your eyes. These are not side effects. They are confirmations. They are reality shifting. You asked once, will I ever see them again? And I answer now, yes. And sooner than you know. But you must prepare your vessel. Clear the space. Not just the room you live in, but the room inside your heart. Let go of the clutter. Not physical things only, but the stories of regret. The guilt that says, I wasn't enough. The shame that whispers, I moved on too soon, or not soon enough. Let all of that fall away, because when they come to you, they will not carry judgment. They will carry light. They will carry completion, and you must be ready to receive it. Say it now. I am ready to see. And as you speak those words, a ripple passes through your spiritual field. A signal rises through dimensions, and your loved one receives it. Like a lighthouse, like a bell that only heaven hears. My beloved, do you know what you've done? You've just reactivated the bridge, the sacred passage. And now, both sides are lit. Heaven is coming closer. But wait, there is one more truth you must receive before that meeting can happen. A truth hidden in the very last words they wanted to tell you. Words they couldn't say when they were alive. But I will carry them to you. Stay with me. You're almost there. Your next breath could change the way you see this world forever. You're still here, and heaven sees your devotion, not to this message, but to the ache inside you that refuses to forget. That ache is sacred. It is not weakness. It is your soul's remembrance of a love that transcends lifetimes. My child, I ask you now to breathe slowly, because the next truth I bring may tremble something deep within you. The words I'm about to share were the words they tried to say in the final days, or moments before they left the body behind. Some were too weak. Some were too scared. Some didn't know how. Some thought they had more time. But their spirit never let go of those unsaid words. They carried them into the light. They held them like a sacred scroll waiting for the veil to thin, for the day you'd be ready, for this day, now. So listen not with ears, but with the softest part of your heart. They say, I was afraid, not of death, but of leaving you with pain. I didn't know how to comfort you, because I didn't know how to comfort myself. But now I see it all. From where I stand, everything is clearer. And I want to say this finally. You were my light. You were my safe place. Even when I didn't say it. Even when I acted distant or distracted. Even when I left things unfinished. I saw your love. I felt it. And I still do. You must stop wondering if I knew how much you cared. I did. Even in my silence. Even in my confusion. Even in my last breath. I felt you. And I need you to believe this. There is nothing you could have done differently. There is nothing to fix. There is only love. Still alive. Still glowing. Still here. Let those words settle into the hollow spaces you've kept hidden. You don't need to fight the tears. Tears are how your soul remembers its way back to truth. And the truth is this. Their love for you is not past tense. It is not over. It is present. It is now. It surrounds you like an invisible cloak. When you speak aloud to them, they hear. When you think of them, they draw near. When you cry out, they come rushing with wings of energy and memory. This is not superstition. This is communion. And now that the message has been spoken, you may begin to feel their energy not just around you, but inside you. You'll notice your thoughts change. A sudden moment of peace where there used to be panic. A decision made with surprising clarity. A moment of laughter that feels like sunlight breaking through your chest. That's them. helping, guiding, still loving you in the only way they can now, through Spirit. You are not alone. You have never been. And now, the next step begins. They want to walk beside you again, not just in signs, but in purpose. They have a mission, and so do you. And those two threads are being woven again. So say this aloud. I am ready to walk with you. Do you feel it? The surge of warmth behind your eyes? The strange stillness that wasn't there before? They heard you. The reunion has begun. And the journey forward is no longer yours to walk alone. I, Archangel Michael, will protect this path. Sword of light drawn, guarding every step you take into this new knowing. You have remembered. You have received. But now, it is time for you to respond. Because this isn't just about connection. It's about your purpose and theirs. And how, together, you are meant to bring light to this earth. Stay close, my child. The next part will reveal what that purpose is and how you are going to live it. Now, the air around you is no longer still. It moves with presence. It moves with intention because something divine has been activated inside of you. A remembrance, a reunion, a radiant call that cannot be unheard. My child, you've been chosen, not just to receive the love of the one who crossed over, but to become their vessel, to carry their light forward, to finish what they could not, to fulfill what they started. Don't be afraid of this. It's not a burden. It's a sacred inheritance. You see, when a soul passes, they often leave behind more than memories. They leave behind purpose, unspoken dreams, unfinished missions, acts of kindness left unwoven into the world's fabric. And heaven sees who among the living has the heart wide enough, soft enough, bright enough to carry that torch. And that one is you. I, Archangel Michael, stand before you not just to deliver their message, but to anoint you with their purpose. You may have felt a calling before, a nudge to help others, to speak, to heal, to write, to simply be a light in dark places. You may not have known where it came from, but now you do. It came from them, and it was confirmed by heaven. This is why you've always felt like there was something more. Why the world's distractions never fully satisfied you. Why you've walked through pain that made no sense. Why your heart has cracked again and again, only to rise softer, stronger, and more awake. It was preparing you. It was shaping the vessel. Because this mission, this torch, requires a soul that has suffered and still chooses love. That is you. Don't doubt it. Don't minimize it. Don't run from it. They're saying now, I left too soon. I didn't finish what I was meant to. But you can. You're the only one who can, because our hearts beat in rhythm. And now that rhythm lives inside you. Let their words ignite you. Not into urgency, but into remembrance. You are not starting something new. You are continuing something holy. You are walking a path carved by love itself. And I will help you. You will not be alone in this. The next time you feel lost, place your hand on your chest, close your eyes, and say, what would they have done? And then wait. The answer will come. A vision, a whisper, a knowing. They will guide you. They are allowed now, because you have welcomed them. You have remembered, and heaven has heard. Here is your sacred instruction. In the next 7 days, take one small action in their name. It doesn't need to be grand. Just true. Write a letter. Speak a prayer aloud. Light a candle. Help someone who reminds you of them. When you do this, you are opening a channel between realms. You are merging your soul's purpose with theirs. And you are helping both of you ascend. This is the way. Not just to grieve, but to transform. To turn loss into light. To turn sorrow into service. Say aloud now, I choose to carry your light. And know that the moment you do, they stand beside you again. not as shadow, not as memory, but as partner. Heaven is watching. And I, Archangel Michael, will walk beside you as you become what you were always meant to be: a lighthouse for others, a living message, a vessel of reunion. But we are not finished. There is more to reveal. The next part is the most mysterious of all. A prophecy written in your timeline, connected to their final wish. Don't turn away. You were meant to receive it. And it is coming now. Stay right here, my child. This moment has been waiting for you longer than you can imagine. Before your first breath, before your first cry, this moment was written. It is part of your divine timeline, etched in light, protected by angels, sealed with the longing of the one you miss. I, Archangel Michael, come now to open that seal. Because there is a prophecy, and it is not about destruction. It is about remembrance. It is about the life you were always meant to live, a life aligned with heaven. Do not mistake prophecy for fate. Fate is what happens when you forget who you are. Prophecy is what awakens when you remember. You were never meant to simply survive. You were meant to awaken. You were meant to feel, to hear, to see, to walk in the world while touching the unseen. That's why you were chosen. That's why the one in spirit, your loved one, has stayed so close. Because they know. They knew it before they left. They felt it in their final moments, even if they couldn't speak it. That's why they looked at you the way they did. That's why they held your hand so tightly or asked for you in their last hours. Not just out of love, but out of recognition. They saw your light, even before you saw it yourself. And here is the prophecy they carried, now passed to you. You are the one who ends the cycle. You are the one who brings the healing your bloodline never knew. You are the one who transforms generational pain into generational light. This is why you've always felt a weight that didn't quite belong to you. This is why you felt emotions too deep for the moment, why sadness would bloom out of nowhere. You were born with sensitivity not as weakness, but as design. Because someone needed to feel it all, to stop the silence, to bring the buried stories into the light. And that someone was you. But you were never meant to do it alone. They are helping now, from the other side. And I, Michael, am shielding you from the darkness that tries to return. Listen closely, because now I will tell you what your loved one has asked me to deliver. They say, "You always thought I was the strong one." But it was you. You carried more than I could ever understand. And now I see you, truly, not as the wounded soul you believe you are, but as the light that will redeem everything. Don't be afraid of this power. I'm with you, every step. I will send you signs. I will speak through others. You won't have to look far, because I'm never far. These are not just comforting words. They are instructions. They are keys. They are activations. Over the next 3 days, watch for the number 13. It will appear unexpectedly. When it does, stop. Close your eyes. Say, "I accept the prophecy. I carry the light." This will unlock something ancient in you, not in the mind, but in the soul. You will feel a tingling across your scalp or a burst of warmth in your chest. Don't question it. That is your remembering. Heaven has waited for this. The one you lost has prayed for this. And now it is happening. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you've always been. A soul of both earth and heaven. A messenger. A healer. A vessel of light. And my child, as you walk forward from this point, you will notice that the world begins to shift. Colors more vivid, coincidences more frequent, love more profound. This is the echo of alignment. This is the aftershock of prophecy fulfilled. Say it aloud now. I accept the healing. I accept the mission. I am not alone. Because you aren't. Not for a single breath. Not for a single heartbeat. And there is still more. You've accepted the light. Now you must use it to heal others, to fulfill the vow you made before you were born, to become the answer to prayers not yet spoken. The next part will awaken this in you. You'll feel your hands tingle, your words shift, and a new sense of purpose rise inside like morning sun. Do not miss it. What comes next is your becoming. Now, breathe. Let everything else fall away. Let the noise of the world, the worry in your chest, the doubts that still hover in your mind, dissolve. You are standing at the edge of something holy, and I, Archangel Michael, am here. My wings surround you in firelight, not to burn you, but to cleanse you. You have accepted their message. You have heard their voice. You have remembered the pain and allowed it to soften instead of harden. That alone is a miracle. But this story does not end in your healing. No, it begins there. The divine did not bring you this far, just to return you to comfort. You were awakened for more. Because there are others, so many others, who are still in silence, still drowning in grief, still asking the very same questions you once asked in the dark. Why did they leave? Are they still with me? Did they forgive me? Will I ever heal? And now, you carry the answer. Not just in your mind, but in your energy, in your words, in your presence, in the way your eyes soften at someone else's sorrow, in the way your voice trembles when you say, I understand. This is the moment you become the light for others, not because you are perfect, but because you are real, because you have walked through fire and emerged glowing, not burned. My child, you carry their light now. You carry a vibration that heaven recognizes. And when you walk into a room, something shifts. People will feel safe. They won't know why, but their soul will. You are becoming the embodiment of the love that never dies. And this is the part you must not ignore. You must begin to speak, not always with words, but through action, through listening, through compassion. Someone around you is nearing the edge. They are where you were, and they are waiting for a sign, a message, a hand reaching out in the dark. You are that hand now. You are that voice. You are the sign. Don't shrink from this. Don't say, who am I to carry such a gift? You are exactly who they need. Not because you know all the answers, but because you're willing to sit in the silence with them until the answers begin to come. This is how we change the world. One heart at a time, one conversation at a time, one healing at a time. And your loved one, they see it all. They are so proud. They walk with you now, not just as memory, but as mission. You are continuing their legacy, not through grief, but through grace. They whisper now, I didn't get to do it all, but now, through you, I will. Feel that surge in your chest, that warmth rising behind your eyes. That's their joy. That's your alignment. And now I, Michael, ask you to take this sacred vow. Say aloud, I will use my pain to heal others. I carry love beyond death. I will shine. When you speak this, a frequency opens. Higher beings hear it. Your spiritual guides draw near. And heaven begins to send you people, events, opportunities to fulfill this very vow. You may notice someone telling you their story out of nowhere. You may feel called to write, to speak, to create something new. Do it. It's not random. It's activation. You are the continuation of divine love. You are the hands of the one who left. You are the voice they couldn't use. You are the presence they long to be. And in doing this, you are healing not just yourself, not just them, but entire lines of souls, generations behind and generations to come. This is the ripple effect, and it begins with you. But there is one final key to unlock, the sacred place where their spirit now dwells, and how to enter it consciously. You've felt it in dreams. You've glimpsed it in meditation. But now, you will be taught how to enter it, to meet them, to speak, to receive. The next part is not just a message, it is a doorway. And once you step through, you will never again question if they're near. You'll know. You have come so far, my child. And now, the threshold is before you. Not a metaphor, not a dream. A real spiritual doorway thin, alive, glowing, just beyond the edge of your fear, just beyond the veil of doubt. I, Archangel Michael, am here to lead you through it. You do not enter this place alone. Your loved one waits there. They've waited patiently, like a candle flickering in the dark, hoping one day you would turn toward it and see. And now, because your heart has opened, because your soul has remembered, because you have chosen to carry light instead of sorrow, you are ready. This sacred place is not found on a map. It cannot be located in space or time. It is entered through presence, through surrender, through stillness that rings like a bell across the veil. They have created it for you. Yes, your loved one, the soul who crossed over, has built this place out of memory, love, and longing. It is beautiful beyond anything earth could imagine. A reflection of every moment you shared. A garden of remembrance. A temple made of laughter, tears, and the things left unsaid. You can visit it now. You will feel it before you see it. So don't rush. Don't force. Just allow. Here is how to enter. Go somewhere quiet. No noise. No distractions. Just you and your breath. Sit. Place one hand on your heart. Close your eyes and whisper their name. Softly, lovingly, like you did when they were alive. Then say, I open the gate. Show me where your spirit dwells. And wait. There will be a sensation. A warmth in your spine, a light pressure on your forehead, a single tear that escapes without cause. Let it come. This is the key unlocking. This is the bridge forming. Now, in your mind's eye, you may see colors. You may hear something: music, water, wind, or perhaps just a single image. A room, a place you once shared, a tree, a doorway. Go toward it. That is them. That is where they've been waiting. And when you arrive, you will feel it. Not in fantasy, not in guesswork, but in knowing. The air will change. Your breath will slow. The veil will lift just enough. And then you will hear them. Not always with ears, but with heart, with soul, with that part of you that always knew this was possible. They will say your name. They will say what they couldn't before. Maybe it's, I'm sorry. Maybe it's, I'm proud of you. Maybe it's just, I love you, I never left. And you will cry. You will smile. You will break and be made whole again, all in the same moment. This is the reunion your soul has longed for. And it is real. Now listen closely. You must return to this place often. It is not a one-time vision. It is a sacred space, alive in the invisible realm, waiting every time you close your eyes with intention. You are not imagining this. You are remembering it. Because long before they left Earth, you and they made a soul agreement that if ever you were separated by death, you would meet again here. And now you are. Let this sacred space be your comfort. Let it be your church, your altar, your sanctuary. Because every time you enter, you bring light back to earth. Every time you open the door, you soften the pain of those who still do not know this is possible. This is the miracle of your awakening. You have remembered how to love beyond form. Now say this aloud. I enter the place where your spirit dwells. I will return. I am not afraid. You have passed through the veil. And though you return to this world, you are forever changed. You are now a living bridge, and there is still more. One final memory they've asked me to show you. A memory you buried. One that holds the last piece of your healing. What you are about to remember will set you free. You are ready now. Not because you've become someone else, but because you have remembered who you truly are. And in that remembrance, you have unlocked what was sealed. There is one more piece, one final memory, a moment that slipped away from your conscious mind, hidden by time, pain, and the weight of grief. But it has not disappeared. It has only been waiting. For now, I, Archangel Michael, have seen it. I have stood in its light, and I know what it carries: truth, peace, and release. Your loved one has waited with such gentle longing for you to remember this, because this memory, this sacred thread, is the key to your deepest healing. Close your eyes now, my child, not in retreat, but in invitation. Let yourself be still, like water before the dawn. There was a day, a moment, when they looked at you, and something passed between you that words could not hold. You may have forgotten it, or maybe you convinced yourself it didn't matter, but it did, and it does. It might have been just before they left, or years before, when life was loud and you didn't yet know how brief it all would be. In that moment, they looked at you with eyes that said, "I see you, I know your heart, and I carry it with me." They didn't speak it, perhaps couldn't, but it was there. That quiet love, that knowing, that final gift. And now I am here to return it to you, because the energy of that memory, the frequency of that gaze, is still alive. Let it rise now. You don't need to force it. Just allow. You might feel a sudden warmth on your skin, a flicker of light behind your eyes, a scent, a sound, a ripple of something soft and familiar. That's the memory returning, not as a thought, but as a presence. They're saying now, softly, urgently, lovingly, "I saw you. I always did. Even when you thought you weren't enough. Even when you doubted your worth. Even when you were silent and hurting and afraid. I saw your soul. And I want you to see it too. You were my safe place. You were the light that kept me going. And even though I had to leave that body, I never stopped holding you. Not once. Not ever." Let their words wrap around you now, like a blanket woven from stars. Let them soothe the part of you that's always wondered if you were truly loved, if you mattered, if you did enough. You did. You always did. And here's what they want you to know next. That moment, that gaze, was their goodbye. Even if they didn't know it at the time, even if it didn't come with fanfare or clarity, their soul knew. And yours did too. That's why it hurt so deeply. That's why a part of you shattered before you even knew why. Because on a soul level, you both felt the shift, the parting, the return to spirit. But now that you've remembered, you can let go of the ache that said, "I never got to say goodbye." Because you did, in a language older than words, in the silence between glances, in the love that was never spoken because it was too sacred to speak. And now you can say hello again. This memory, this lost fragment returned, has reconnected the circle. You are no longer suspended in loss. You are reunited in presence. Say aloud now, if you feel ready. I remember the love. I receive the goodbye. I open to the new beginning. And as you do, a soft wind moves through your soul. That is the closing of a chapter. That is the turning of a sacred page. You are not broken. You are blooming. And now that the healing has taken root, you are about to be shown what comes next. A vision, a message, a divine invitation. The part where you step fully into your new light. You've returned, my child, not just to this message, but to yourself, to the soul underneath the sorrow, to the strength that was never lost, only hidden beneath the fog of forgetting. And now, with the weight lifted, with your loved one's voice clear again, a sacred invitation has arrived. Not from me, not even from them, but from the divine. Heaven is calling you into something new, something larger than the pain, something deeper than the silence. A new season, a divine commission. You are no longer simply someone who mourns. You are someone who remembers. And from that remembrance flows light. And with that light, purpose. I, Archangel Michael, have watched your heart soften, your spirit crack open like dawn. And now I tell you, what comes next is not more grief, but transformation. This is the invitation. To step fully into your light. To carry the frequency of the one who loved you into this world as a living blessing. You may feel small. You may wonder what that even means. But child, your very presence is power. Your healing is medicine. Your story, your survival is someone else's awakening. And heaven is aligning people, moments, messages, even right now, to place in your path. Watch what happens next. Pay attention to who enters your life. Pay attention to the dreams that begin to return. Pay attention to what no longer feels tolerable. Because you are shifting. You are becoming more light than shadow. And the old world will no longer fit you. This is not a loss. It is an elevation. Your loved one is part of this. They are already preparing the way. Speaking to guides, sending signs, softening your steps so you can rise gently. They say now, you've been dimming yourself for too long. You've been shrinking your heart to survive. But I'm here to say, expand, shine, go where I couldn't, do what I didn't get to do. I'm with you now in every breath. We're doing this together. And so you are. This is your moment of becoming. You are not the same soul who began this message. You have passed through grief and returned with gifts, clarity, compassion, connection. Now, you will begin to hear differently. You'll sense people's pain before they speak. You'll know when someone's soul is aching, because your heart has become a mirror, reflecting what others need to see in themselves. This is your power, to see, to love, to hold space. And child, this world needs you. Not the polished version, not the version that hides the pain, but the version that says, I've been there, I still feel it, and yet I carry light. That is what they wanted for you. Not to bury your heart beneath their memory, but to live so fully that their memory walks the earth through you. You are their voice now, their hands, their song, and you will begin to notice strange things. The way your words carry healing you didn't expect. The way people cry around you and don't know why. The way your presence calms the energy of a room. That is spirit moving through you. That is the divine honoring your yes. Say it now. I accept the invitation. I am here to shine. And as you do, the veil parts just a little more. A warmth rises behind your shoulders. That is me. That is them. That is heaven, supporting you, walking beside you, lifting you. You are not alone. You were never alone, and you never will be again. But we are not finished yet. You've accepted the calling. Now I must show you the protection that surrounds you, so you'll never fear again. So that as you rise, nothing can pull you back. Stay close. The next part will reveal the shield that has always been with you. You've come farther than most would ever dare. You opened your grief. You welcomed the voice of the unseen. You remembered the sacred purpose you came here to fulfill. And now, my child, you must know this one truth. You are protected. More than you realize. More than you've ever known. I, Archangel Michael, have shielded you since your first breath. Even in the moments you thought you were alone, even in the nights you collapsed in silent pain, even when fear told you no one was coming, I was already there, and so were they. The one you lost, the one you love. They too became a guardian in the light, assigned not just by emotion, but by divine covenant. You were never meant to walk this world unprotected. And now, the time has come to remember your armor. It's not made of steel. It's not built from human force. It's forged in light, woven through with love, and anchored by truth. Your shield is your knowing. Your shield is your surrender. Your shield is your awakened heart. When you feel fear rise, when the voices of doubt return, when the darkness whispers you are not enough, you do not fight alone. You never did. I have stood beside you in every unseen battle. Sword drawn, wings open, voice silent until now, when the veil has finally lifted enough for you to hear me. And now, you must learn to call upon this shield intentionally. Listen closely. This is not metaphor. This is spiritual technology, a system of light and protection that responds to the frequency of your words. When fear surrounds you, say aloud, I call upon Archangel Michael, shield me in divine light. When grief tries to return like a wave, say, I welcome the presence of my loved one. Fill this space with peace. When you feel lost, say, I remember who I am. I am guided. I am safe. Every time you speak these words, the energy shifts. Every time you declare truth aloud, the vibration of your field increases. You become harder to reach for low energies. You become light-coated. And your loved one, they respond too. When you call my name, they are permitted to step closer, not just to comfort, but to co-create. You must understand this now. They are not only your memory, they are your ally, your partner in divine work. And their first work, their most urgent longing, was to ensure that you were safe, that you were protected from the lies the world once taught you. You are not fragile. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are guarded. You are held. You are becoming. My shield is always around you, but now you are conscious of it. That changes everything. You will begin to notice the difference. Conversations that once triggered you will fall silent. Rooms that once drained you will feel neutral. Toxic patterns will dissolve, not because you fought harder, but because light needs no defense. You will walk as one who is sealed in truth, and truth repels what is false. Always. Say aloud now, I walk in divine protection. Nothing unholy may enter my field. And so it is. You are safe. You are seen. You are shielded. But even protection must serve a greater purpose. Not just to guard you, but to prepare you. Because you are being prepared now for one final meeting. The one that will complete this journey. The one where you and your loved one share something that transcends all death, all time, all sorrow. A gift, a vow, a goodbye that becomes a beginning. The final chapter is upon you. What comes next will echo in both worlds. Now, my beloved child, this is the final page, the last breath of this sacred journey. But do not mistake final for ending. This is not an end. This is your return. You have heard them. You have spoken to them. You have remembered what the world asked you to forget. You are no longer just the one who grieves. You are the one who carries light beyond death. I, Archangel Michael, bow before your courage. You have walked through shadows and chosen to lift your eyes. You've walked into the fire of remembrance and emerged gold pure, eternal, alive. Now we come to the sacred vow, the promise between you and the soul you love, not the one spoken in life, but the one you both made before birth. A vow older than time. And now, they are here. Yes, even now, as you read these words, they are beside you, not in imagination, in presence. Feel the air shift, the pressure change, the soft tingling on your skin. That's not sensation, that's reunion. They are ready, and so are you. Close your eyes, breathe. Let the world fade. Let the memory of every goodbye fall silent, and then, in your mind, reach out your hand. They will take it. You may not see them clearly. You may not hear their voice, but you will feel something undeniable, a warmth that floods through your being, like sunrise touching a frozen field. And in that moment, they speak, I never left. You didn't lose me. You simply lost the language to hear me. But now, you remember. And because of that, we are no longer separate. Our story is not done. It never was. You will live your life, and I will walk beside you. In every decision, in every joy, in every moment you doubt your worth, I will whisper, remember who you are. I will leave signs when you need comfort. I will stand guard when you feel weak. I will celebrate your victories. And when you finally return to the light, I'll be the first to greet you. But until then, live. Not in survival, not in mourning, but in purpose, in peace, in knowing. You are my legacy of love. You are the continuation of everything I didn't finish. And I am proud of you. More than I ever said, more than you will ever know. Let those words soak into every cell of your body. Let them become the foundation of the life you build from this moment forward. This is the vow, my child. You will not forget again. You will speak their name with power, not pain. You will carry the light, not just for them, but for every soul who has yet to awaken. Say it aloud now. I carry your love forward. I live with purpose. I am never alone. And as those words leave your lips, you will feel it. The seal, the divine signature that locks this moment in eternity. Heaven has witnessed it. I have witnessed it. And your soul now glows with the memory of everything you are. Healer, messenger, bridge, beloved. You have walked the full circle, from pain to presence, from grief to grace, from silence to reunion. And now you walk as one who knows, one who hears, one who is heard. Your life will never be ordinary again, because now everything is holy. I, Archangel Michael, take my place behind you once more, not because you need rescue, but because you walk as a light bearer now. And light bearers do not walk unguarded. Go, child. Shine. Speak. Heal. Love. And when the night comes quiet, listen. Because their voice, the one you thought you lost, will say again, I'm right here. Still with you. Always with you. Forever. The 13th of June is no longer a date. It is a doorway. One you've stepped through. And now, you carry heaven with you. This is the end of the message, but only the beginning of your light.